history of 2000 years of the former Muslim Ummah summed up in 4 ayat of the first section of Surah Bani Israel. What were those 4 periods? One period of rise, zenith, respect, honor, power, strength. Then a downfall, moral downfall, religious downfall, and worst punishment at the hands of people, other nations. Then a revival, a resurrection, so to say, a renewal of faith, again glory, again blessing, again strength, power, and again a downfall, and again mauled at the hands of enemies, put to shame, humiliation. Now count. Their first period of glory is the 100 years of Hazrat Talut, Hazrat Dawood, Hazrat Sulaiman, alayhi salam. Glory, power, strength, very big kingdom. They were the superpower of this whole area at that time. Especially Hazrat Sulaiman, alayhi salatu wasalam. Then came the downfall. The reason of the downfall? मैं तुझको बताता हूँ तकदीर उमम क्या है, शमशीर व सना अव्वल काऊस और रुबाब आखिर. When the Muslims, the so-called Muslims, become used to luxuries, comforts, worldly lusts, forget Allah, start deceiving Allah, not fulfilling the commandments that Allah gave, throwing back the book of Allah. نَبَذَ فَرِيقٌ مِّنَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ كِتَابَ اللَّهِ وَرَاءَ ظُهُورِهِمْ. Then punishment came. And this punishment, please note, came in 2 phases. Firstly, the northern Jewish empire was finished at the hands of the Assyrians. And later on, the bigger and the southern empire was wiped off by Nebuchadnezzar the Babylonian, king of Iraq. He destroyed the whole city of Jerusalem. Just imagine. 700 years before Christ, the population of Jerusalem was 1.2 million. 1,200,000 people. What a city. The big temple of Solomon razed to ground. Torah vanished. The box which contained the stone slates on which Torah was written vanished. From that day, they don't have it. The Tabut Sakina, which had the staff of Moses and Torah, lost them. He killed 600,000 people, Nebuchadnezzar, Jews, 600,000, and took another 600,000 to Babylonia as captives. The whole city of Jerusalem had not a single soul, and not 2 bricks were there intact. That was the devastation, that was the punishment that came to the people who thought they were the beloveds of Allah. As I told you in the previous session, if you have been so beloved to Allah, why have we been punishing you? But then a revival, a renaissance. Hazrat Uzair alayhi salatu wasalam appears on the scene, caused the Jews to repent, make tawbah towards Allah, return towards Allah. Then there was a new life. ثُمَّ رَدَدْنَا لَكُمُ الْكَرَّةَ عَلَيْهِمْ. Again a period of zenith. The Maccabi power, the Maccabi empire of the Jews, which was greater in boundaries, ground limits, than the empire of Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam. That was their second period of zenith and glory. Again the same downfall. Again the same decadence. And now They were first of all marred at the hands of Greeks. Alexander the Great, 300 years before, Jesus marred them. They were governed by the Greeks. Later on, at the hands of the Romans. And please note, in the year 70 of AD, Christian era, again the temple of Solomon was raised because it was rebuilt. When they had returned, in the days of Uzair alayhi salatu wasalam, when they returned from Babylonia, captivity of Babylonia, they built their temple again. But for the second time, the temple was raised to the ground. And it is lying raised to the ground till this date. Keep these basic cuts of that Muslim Ummah in mind. Their second phase of the degradation and fall, that is continuing. That continued till the beginning of this century. Diaspora. During the first downfall, they went to one country, Babylonia. They were all there. That is why they call it the period of captivity. They were slaves in Babylonia, in Iraq. But after the second downfall, after the year 70, for the second time, temple raised to the ground. 133,000 of Jews killed in one day by Titus, the Roman general. And they were turned out from Jerusalem, not allowed to enter. This period they call the period of diaspora. And during this period of diaspora, they were hated by every nation. Wherever they went, they were hated. Although their intriguing, methods, they could gather money, but not respect, not honor, not a single inch of land under their feet, which they could call, it is ours. This they call the diaspora. And during this diaspora, the worst punishment that came to them was at the hand of Hitler, about which they say that 6 million of them were massacred. Some say it's exaggeration, they were 4 million only, but if 4 million is also a very big figure. 400,000